Hi Dharma Circle, Swati here, the embodied Dharma coach. Happy Wednesday. Let's talk about Jyotish and Ayurveda, how they work seamlessly together to support you on your Dharmic path, to support clarity with your path and your purpose, and how you can look at your Jyotish chart to deepen your Ayurvedic knowledge and wisdom and to strengthen your understanding of yourself. So Ayurveda teaches us about prakriti or prakriti. The Sanskrit definition of prakriti is the innate nature of the being. This is physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, all that makes up your wholeness. So this innate nature, it is set at the time of your birth, and we can see that in your Jyotish chart. Literally, when we look at your Jyotish chart, we're looking at a map of your whole body. And the snapshot on the eastern horizon of your karmas, past and present, and how the nature of your being will influence you. And this is, how nature literally moves through your body and expresses how nature expresses herself through your body. And so just to give you an analogy about that, if the chart indicates you're a bear, you can't be a dog. If the chart indicates, and if nature and natural law indicates that you are a tiger, you can't be a cow. These are the expressions of nature. This is how nature expresses herself through you, and this is your makeup, all the elements that come together to express themselves through you. So we can see this in your Jyotish chart very clearly. Now, your prakriti is actually a combination of factors. It is, of course, set at the time of your birth, and we're seeing this in your Jyotish chart. But in fact, this innate nature is determined by your lineage, by your ancestors, and also what your mother and father were eating at conception and during the 9-month gestation period. So what they are eating, and this is both your lineage and of course your biological parents, this is not just food, the quality of water, the amount of prana and life force in the food and water. It includes the environment that they live in, the influencing factors of the environment, the relationships that they are in, the quality of their relations. This is lifestyle, choices, behaviors, spiritual practices. All of these different factors and these qualities determine the nature of the being, the prakriti. So it's not a simple thing, and it's very complex and very multi-layered. And of course, many traditions, many indigenous traditions understand that we influence 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. So consider that with your prakriti, that your nature is actually influenced by 7 generations that have come before you, as well as what was happening around conception and during the gestation period. All of this influences your innate nature and how the elements are moving through you and your body, how they express themselves, how nature, the elements, natural law express themselves through your body. So when we look at a Jyotish chart, we're actually seeing all of these different qualities of nature and natural law, how they express themselves through the body. And of course, this is very important for your Dharma, for the evolution of your soul, the contentment of your soul, the qualities in which you can experience spirit and nature in this body in this lifetime. So Dharma is, of course, the as I call it, the wholeness of your being, and of course the contentment of your soul, the nourishment of your body and soul. And so, of course, how we live, how we treat our body, our relationships, our environment, the quality of our food and our water, our lifestyle, all of these factors, our spiritual practices, they play a significant role in the nourishment of our body and soul and the quality of our dharmic path. Even if we can understand Dharma or desire Dharma, of course, this is determined by the light of our own soul. And Ayurveda teaches us that we can enhance and open the light of the soul, the heart lotus, through our quality of life. And Ayurveda translates as actually knowledge of life. And Jyotish is the science of light. So these two branches of the Veda really work well together. And of course, all of the Ved and the branches of Vedic knowledge are meant and have always been meant to be used in harmony with each other. That these branches make up the wholeness, not compartmentalized pieces. Use this branch, you don't have to use the other branch. No, all of the branches are from one tree. And so we can't just cut off a limb and expect the tree to live in wholeness. And just like that, we use the Ved and the Vedic knowledge and the branches of the Ved in wholeness. So Jyotish and Ayurveda are two of the branches of the Ved, and they work very well together. So Ayurveda supports us in strengthening our relationship with nature and body. And Jyotish supports us in creating a more refined relationship with cosmos, body, and our own innate nature, and increasing the light in the light of the soul and increasing, the clarity with our path and our purpose. So we want to use both of these branches together. And when we look at the Jyotish chart, we can use that to refine our understanding of our own innate nature, our prakriti. So first of all, when you look at your ascendant, this is your first house and also the degrees that were on the eastern horizon at the exact time of your birth. And yes, you need an exact birth time. The first house is the ascendant, and this is your head and your whole body. So we can tell a lot just from looking at the ascendant, the first house, and understanding what is the rising sign, what is the ruling planet of this rising sign, and what is the rising nakshatra, the constellation that was on the eastern horizon at the time of your birth. That nakshatra has a ruling planet and a deity that comes with it as well. And all of that is an influencing factor in understanding the nature of this being, this body. Again, if you're born a tiger, you cannot become an elephant. And so one of the things that I have realized through my own studies with Jyotish lifelong studying of Jyotish, and of course, working with hundreds and hundreds of clients for well over a decade. Jyotish has the ability to help us accept and know thyself, accept our own nature and know our own nature. So much of our suffering in this world and on this path is wanting to be something that we're not, going against the nature of who we are. Much easier to accept, I am a cat and I can't be a dog. And this is the path. And these are the factors influencing me. And this is how nature is supporting me. Or these are the challenges that nature is presenting. So much easier to accept the path and the self as we are, rather than try to be something different. And Jyotish can help us with that. So understanding the doshas and how that connects to Jyotish is really important. In Ayurveda, we understand that the doshas express how nature runs through the body, as well as how imbalances in nature express themselves in the body. So we're going to be able to clarify how the elements show up in the body innately, that prakriti, and how the imbalances are showing themselves in our natural state, the imbalance of our natural state. So again, looking at the Jyotish chart and the prakriti, the nature, the innate nature of the being, is really important, because inevitably, when we are not in right relation with our own nature and lifestyle, dietary choices, improper eating, not having pranic water, and relationships and environment, all of these factors will change the prakriti over time, that our innate nature changes negatively, that challenges show up. This is where the doshas come in. We can see vata, pitta, and kapha. Vata is air, pitta is fire, kapha is the earth and water elements together. And so everyone is all vata, pitta, and kapha. Of course, every body has all the elements. But when we look at a Jyotish chart, we can see predominant elements that arrive. And when an Ayurvedic practitioner takes your pulse, they can feel, where are the imbalances? We can also see in a Jyotish chart tendencies for imbalance that show up. And the predominant nature of the being is important, because then through Ayurveda we can understand what is right lifestyle, what is right diet, what is the right way to be in relationship with my own body. So you want to use both. Again, using both. So vata is the air element, and it correlates to the air planets and the air signs. So when you look at your Jyotish chart, you want to understand, is there a predominant focus on air? And do I have multiple planets in air signs? The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the air planet, the predominant air planet, is Saturn, planet of grief. And Saturn is the old man. He rules old age when Vata takes over, air takes over. Our culture and our society is predominantly Vata, air. So we have to make sure that we are consistently working with Vata and not against it. Vata is considered the queen dosha, and I remember my Ayurvedic doctor, Vaidya Mishra, always talking about if you can harmonize Vata, everything else will fall into place. So it's the hardest dosha and element to balance, but it is the most important in many ways, especially in our Vata deranged society. Pitta is the fire element, and Pitta correlates to planets like Mars and Sun, as well as the fire signs. So Pitta signs or fire signs are Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Fire planets are Mars and Sun. So if you have a lot of Mars, Sun, if you're Leo ascendant, obviously there's going to be a predomination of fire in the chart. If all other factors correlate, and looking for the qualities of Pitta in the chart. Kapha is earth and water, and the Kapha element correlates to the water signs and the earth signs, and the water planets and the earthy planets as well. The earth and water signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn are earth. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are water. Mercury is earth. Venus and Moon are water. So understanding the nature of your sign and the planet that rules your rising sign, that's the first place to start. And then we look to sun sign and moon sign as well. And Jupiter, by the way, is Akasha or ether. And although he's very Kaphic in nature, and he is considered a Kapha planet, the element that rules Jupiter is actually Akasha, space, cosmic space, expansion of consciousness. That is Jupiter, the guru, the planet of consciousness. So part of understanding these elements and how they work through your body and express themselves through your body is also understanding how the imbalances arrive and how this can sabotage your success on your path. This is from everything from your spiritual progress to your business success, your spiritual success, and your material world success. And we can look at the chart and really understand, and of course take a pulse and look at a body and see, wow, we've got a kapha imbalance going on. And usually, there'll be some symptoms in the body or some physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual imbalance that's showing itself. And then we can acknowledge, wow, there's a real imbalance here with, say, pitta or a kapha or a vata. And that's going to hinder your path. It's going to hinder your success. Of course, health and the vitality of the body is your greatest wealth. If we are not well, there's no way that you can be successful on your spiritual path as well as material path. Both the success of your business, your wealth, your prosperity, your relationships, the success of your spiritual progress. If there is an unwell body, it really impacts all areas of your growth and progress. So it's one of the reasons why Ayurveda is so important. The study of how to be in harmony with the nature of the body and to live well, to live in right relationship with nature and natural law and the seasons and the cycles and the rhythms of nature. And of course, Jyotish teaches us very similarly, understanding these cycles and rhythms in a very specific, intimate way. So how do you know if you have imbalances? Well, there may be physical symptoms, of course, but here are some other symptoms to look for from Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. the imbalance of vata will create a lack of commitment, lack of focus. There's an inability to follow through on things. Vata is notoriously flaky, also called vata deranged or vata brain. This is the inability to focus on a specific task. Again, very airy, right? So even an air head, the head is full of air and it influences this movement. It's very ungrounded. It's very ungrounded. That is not conducive to your dharmic success, your business success, success with your relations, your clients, your money. We need to be grounded, rooted in the body. And vata does not allow that when it's in excess. So be mindful of that. Pitta imbalances, this is impulsive action. The fire element is out of balance and these people make rash decisions, impulsive action, forceful action, aggressive action. They get angered easily. They may take that anger out on other people unnecessarily and, in harsh, unfortunate ways, bursts of anger and aggression. Excess pitta also leads to burnout. When someone says, I'm burned out, too much pitta. You have burned out the agni in the body, the vital fire of life. It's out. And so you've doused your flame. There's excess heat in the body. That's a good indication. Many women in perimenopause and menopause or around your cycle, you're bleeding, they'll feel excess heat. This is a strong indication that you are overheating your body and that you have not been in right relationship with your pitta, your fire, and the heat is trying to come out of the body. The lack of right relation with pitta and fire will also create a lack of clarity with your purpose. And I hear this one all the time. I'm not clear on my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't trust my purpose. Because when pitta is strong, self-trust, confidence is strong. Solar plexus is strong. Vital heat, fire in the body is strong. Clear, focused, purpose. That kshatriya, warrior quality is strong. So when I hear someone say, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't trust what my purpose is. Pitta issues. Why don't you trust yourself? There's some ability to douse the flame, not in right relation with the flame, and it's digestive related. Trust me, it's always about the gut and digestion, and particularly with pitta issues. That is the seat of fire in the body, and when your stomach digestion, your fire, your agni is not strong, you will not think clearly, you will not be focused, you will not have confidence, and you will not be in right relationship with your own power. It's not possible. So pitta and purpose go hand in hand. Kapha imbalances create laziness, dullness. Again, this is too much water and too much earth. There's a dullness to the mind. There's a dullness and a heaviness to the body. It's not conducive to progress on the path. There's a dullness in perception. These people often make poor choices, make poor judgment. But beyond that, it's the laziness, the slowness. They're not quick to take action. They're not in right relationship with action taking. And so there's missed opportunities. They just wait and wait and wait, and their life just goes by. And they make the wrong choices even. Poor judgment, inability to take timely action, very problematic for the path and the purpose of your soul. And in many ways, this is avoidant behavior. And the avoidant behavior actually creates a lot of disharmony with the soul. It's very, very, very painful. So honoring the elements of the body and looking for this in the Jyotish chart is very important. And also understanding how these two branches of the Veda work seamlessly together. We need to know how to take care of our body and the nature of our body in order to be in right relationship with it. So these two branches are a perfect combination for harmony on the Dharmic path and for clarity, focus, and being in your power and your purpose, which takes a lot of self-trust, a lot of confidence, and a lot of clarity. These are the qualities required for staying on path and being in right relationship with your individual unique purpose. So if you would like more Jyotish support and you want to strengthen your path and purpose, I'm happy to share more Jyotish support with you. So comment yes below. I'll follow up with you and let's see what will best support you on your path. These tools, these Vedic tools, are essential for understanding the path of your purpose and the path and your purpose and how the path unfolds and how to be in right relationship with your unique gifts and wisdom. If you want more Jyotish support from me, if you want me to look at your chart, comment yes below. I will follow up with you personally and we'll take it from there. We'll see what you need and we'll come up with some solutions for you. Just to be mindful, this is not a free offer. I don't do anything for free and neither should you. So this is for people who are willing and ready to invest in their purpose, their path, their spiritual development, and to really commit to what it takes for getting results on the path. So when I say comment yes below, please understand this is for people who are ready to invest in their own evolution, their progress, taking steps, having guidance, having support. This is not for free. Be mindful that Jyotish should never be offered for free. This is not a tool. None of the Vedic resources and tools should ever be offered for free. So be willing to invest in yourself and your progress and your path and have proper support and guidance on the path in order to move forward properly. You always want the best support possible, and that requires an investment. So comment yes below if you already know I'm ready to invest. I've been investing for years and I want proper guidance and support. And I will see you soon, hopefully in session. Be well, everyone.